friends, welcome to Tassel Tuesday. I'm going to flip over my mat because this is adorable but could be a little distracting. My sister Andy gave me a set of these little placemats for either Christmas or my birthday, and I love them. But I flip them over to work on them and they help to protect my table, but it's probably better with the white side up because it's a little, less distracting of a pattern. So, and also I use it because it actually, if I stay in here, then I know that I'm in frame of camera, so that's kind of helpful. So guys, we are here for Tassel Tuesday, which is an open collaboration. If you ever want to join in, please feel free to do that. And you don't have to commit to every week. You can just pop in and pop out. And just let me know that you're going to be joining in, particularly if you're new, because that way I'll know to keep an eye out for your video. And something else I just thought of is you can tag me in your description box. You can do @creatingwithjovi and it'll tag me, and that way I'll get a notification that you've done a video. And that will help me keep up with it and make sure that I get your video into my description box so that when people come, they can see everybody's videos in there. So consider tagging me in your description box, like I said, @creatingwithjovi, and that'll tag me, and then I'll get a notification. And I think that could be a really great tool for us to use, and then that way I can go straight to your video, because I hate to miss anybody's videos. And even though I can put #TasselTuesday in, that does work well, but it's not always guaranteed that I'm going to see your video. So consider the tag for me. All right, so guys, the last couple of Tuesdays, I have asked for suggestions and ideas for creating a tassel, and I've received several suggestions, and one of them was a chain tassel. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, Pam with Pamela's Creations suggested a Victorian tassel, and we definitely are going to do that, but not today. Today we're going to do the chain tassel, which was requested by Melissa of By Mimi with Love. So what I did is I went through my my jewelry making stuff, which is really tassel making stuff actually, but it just happens to be jewelry that I purchase at the thrift store typically. Sometimes I get it on clearance at Joann's or Michael's. And then when I take it apart, I have like these leftover scraps. So I thought what I would do is see what we can create using our leftover scraps. And recently I had gone to the thrift store, and this was in a bag full of just like junk, it's broken jewelry, I should say. And I thought, ooh, we're gonna do this in our tassel today. So this will be our focal point. So what we want to do is kind of build a tassel around this. So it's got the black feathers, we have some wood elements here, and then some brown beads. I am gonna mix all the different sizes and colors of metal to create this tassel. And then I thought some of these would look good with it, just kind of has this similar vibe, so I thought we'd use that. And then this, if we need it, we'll use it. It's kind of a cool piece. It was an earring that was broken. It's really a neat piece. But if it's too much and it distracts from the focal point, we won't use that. But it's here in case we want to. So we're gonna set these guys aside so they're not in our way of working, because those are gonna be the last embellishments. And then I also gathered up some other, hopefully you can see them, ignore the buttons that are in there, that's from a project I did a little while ago. But I gathered up some more small beads that are kind of brown, a few of them are wood, some of them are stone, so they are in there. And then I actually grabbed, these were some earrings too that I got in that bag. And what I did is the part that goes in the ear, I went ahead and I folded it over. So it's got, I don't know if you can see it, but if I zoom in on that, you might be able to see it. I took that part, twisted it over with my little needle nose pliers, and now it's got a hook on the back. So we can turn this into a charm. Basically, that's what I've done, is turned it into a charm. So that's the story, my friends. I did that to a couple of the earrings. So we'll just have these out, and if we need them. So let's get started assembling. Let me move this out of the way. Let's get started assembling the actual tassel part. Now, I made one of these once before. It's been a little while ago. I did a steampunk tassel, and I believe I used one of these really nice copper rings as the main part that's gonna hold the different chains together. So we're gonna try a few things on here and see what we've got. So this tassel looks like to me will probably have several different layers going on in it, which actually is pretty cool, and I like that. So I'm gonna just put all these on about midway and see, just see what we end up with. Got so far four different colors, although these two gold ones are very similar in color. And I think this is literally a scrap. Okay, we'll ignore that for now. What do we have here? Just kind of a nice big one. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's see if we need it. Let's go ahead and put that on. Hopefully I'm in frame and you can see I'm just kind of hanging them on this O-ring. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's see. We have a beautiful lobster clasp here that we might go ahead and use on the end of this O-ring. That might look cool. We've got a couple lobster clasps. Let's see. Okay, so probably this is going to be it for the chains. Now we're going to embellish them. Now, you guys know about these little tools. I ended up with 2 of them, but they're kind of nice because a lot of people will put them on their finger and work with them. I sometimes just hold it. It depends on what I'm working with. Yes, this is pretty heavy duty. All right, so I'm gonna grab this here. For anybody who doesn't know, like, we're gonna close this O-ring up, so all we have to do is twist it. We never pull, we just twist, and it'll close it back up, and there it is. It's perfectly closed. Now, while we're thinking about it, and we have this nice big lobster claw. Actually, I've got 2 of them, so let's see which color's gonna look better. We have bronze, we have silver, and then we have this gold. I think for this, let's go ahead and use this bronze one. Yeah, let's do that. So there's already a little O-ring here, and we are gonna open that up. I gotta twist my little ring around, just twisting it open, hooking it to this, and then we're gonna close it back up just by twisting it right back to where it was. I always go a tiny bit beyond because it kind of bounces back. So if you want it to be perfectly closed, if you go just the tiniest bit beyond, it'll bounce back and then that'll work. So, okay, I'm gonna lay it down so you guys can see basically what we're starting with here. So here it is. Hopefully it's in camera. Yeah, I think you can see it. So let's take a look at how I have hung these. We can always add or take away. So we've got a long gold one on the end, and then we have the short kind of nickel color, and then following that is another long gold one, and then we have the short black one. You know what, maybe I just want 4. Maybe this one's a distraction. Maybe 2 long and 2 short. Let's do that. All right, now we've got that. So we've got some small pieces that we can use over here if we need to. So I think the most important thing to do now would be to add this embellishment, because then we can work around it. Let's take a quick look at it. All right, this one here has nothing hanging on it. So I'm thinking let's remove that because it's a little bit of a distraction. Might be a little bit hard on here. I might be able to just do it without there we go. This one is not real strong metal, so I was able to do that with my finger. That is not always the case. Sometimes they're much thicker. Okay, I'm thinking what we'll do is add this to, maybe we'll add it independently right in the center here. Let's try that. And let's see if this bronze one, it might not be big enough to go around that. You might have to use another one of these. And I don't have that many of these left. My kids had purchased these years ago when they were making jewelry, and I don't have that many left, like I said, but I can always order some more. So we're gonna go right in the center and add this embellishment. I just did that with my finger and I was able to do it, but it wasn't the most comfortable thing. Now let's hang this down. So now let's go ahead and embellish, and let me try to lay this down. There we go, okay. Because kind of this is in the center, and you know. So now we're just gonna play. We are gonna go ahead and have some fun and add some charms to it. So let's go ahead and start by adding some of these. And since these are white and gray, I think definitely let's do, I might add all of these actually. Let's take them off. I'm gonna take these off. I won't do it on camera and I'll be right back, guys. All right, friends. Also, I wanted to mention that this set of charms that I have here, those were gifted to me. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's start adding them. So we have a variety of colors of chain here. So we're just gonna play and have fun and not worry about what color our O-rings are. I did grab my bronze color ones. But, you know, guys, we can use whatever color we want because we have just all this beautiful variety going on here. And so we're just gonna make this a beautiful piece and use all the different metals. All right, so we've got 2 on that side. So now let's take the other one and let's put it over here and let's do it lower. Let's hang this one pretty low here. Alright friends, so you can see I've got this spread out and I got all of the moon charms on there. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my little brown charms. Some, like I said, are glass, some are like marble. There's one wood one. So I'm going to go ahead and take those. I'm going to go ahead and thread them onto here. So I'm going to make a few bead dangles. There it is, hopefully you can see that. So I'll go ahead and make a few bead dangles and I will show them to you once I'm done, and then we'll go ahead and put them on the chains. All right friends, so I made all of these. So I thought we would do a pearl on the bottom of each strand, and then I've got the brown and marble, white marble ones that we'll put on the chains. Alright friends, I have added all of the bead dangles that I made. I've added those on to this tassel. Now I'm going to take the pieces. I made 8 pearl dangles with just 1 pearl on it, and I'm going to put that on the very bottom of each chain. Now remember, the chains are not all the same size, you know, they're not all the same length, but I think this will look pretty neat to do that. Then once I'm done putting all of these on, we will take a look at the tassel and see if it's done. I don't think I want to over embellish it because I don't want to take away from the centerpiece, which is this. I want that to really be the star of the show, and then just have the embellishments to kind of, you know, enhance it. So that's the plan. So I will get these on and then I will be right back. All right friends, I have turned my camera perfectly facing straight down, and I have done that so that I could hang the tassel, and then I'm hoping to be able to show it to you, but I want to clear some of the stuff out of the way so that you can kind of see it without interruption. Guys, it's beautiful. I will take some still shots so that you can see it a different way. But let me get the focus in. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, of course, I'm holding it long ways, but, well, I'm holding it so it's an awkward, probably, view for you. But I wanted to show you here, we've got the lobster claw. Now we have this big copper ring, And then we've got this big copper ring, which is, you know, actually attaching the decorative piece, the main decorative piece, which is here. And then of course these black feathers. I really love that. I'm gonna move that aside. Okay, so I've moved those, you know, they're kind of hanging down. And now we've got the chains. And the chains are not overly embellished. I think they are perfect. Now let me see, let me get this to focus in for, there we go. All right, so for example, this chain has the moon with a pearl, and then it's got the moon and a star, and then a pearl at the bottom. Whoops, and then a pearl at the bottom. I'm hoping you can see them. I'm gonna move that out of the way. And then here we've got some marbled stones, and a moon, and then some more stones, and then the pearl at the bottom. Can you see? Hopefully you can. Okay, the next one is a shorter one, and it's got this nice dangle here, and then a nice moon and star here, which is not being focused on. Let me see, there we go. And then the pearl. And then this chain has a bead dangle, a moon with a pearl, and then the pearl at the bottom. And then this one has a bead dangle, and then a moon. I'm gonna lay it in my hand because this one's kind of short. And then the pearl here. Now we're down to the last three. So this gold one has a dangle, moon and star, another dangle, because this is a long one, and then a pearl at the bottom. They all have the pearl at the bottom. And then this short one has the moon here, and then a bead dangle in the center, and then a pearl at the bottom. And then the last one has a bead dangle, and then the moon and the pearl, and then the pearl at the bottom. Guys, it's really beautiful. Melissa, thank you for the suggestion. I'm gonna go ahead and get a still shot of it hanging on my wall for you guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon.